Quick, who do you think will be number one in the 2025 NFL Draft? Being the football fan that you are, you probably narrow it down to one of three athletes: Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, or Shedeur Sanders. Give yourself a pat on the back. Now, who do you think will go number 6 overall? Is your mind drawing a blank? Without Googling, do you even know who has the number 6 overall pick? It's the Raiders, and I had to Google it. Don't feel bad. In 2021, Mel Kiper Jr., a man whose entire career is dedicated to analyzing and predicting drafts, correctly predicted only one of the 31 draftees in the first round. His correct pick, Trevor Lawrence, who we already knew was going number 1. It's not just Mel Kiper. Nobody's whose job it is to predict NFL drafts is anywhere near accurate. According to FantasyPros.com, top-rated Charlie Campbell from Walter Football is best at predicting which teams will draft who. In 3 drafts from 2021 to 2023, that's over 2,250 draft picks, he led the pack by picking a whopping total of 20 correct teams to draft a specific player. Just the player to a team, not the round. That is an accuracy of less than 1%. Granted, these guys are better at predicting which round athletes will go in. However, they are still much less accurate than a 5-day weather forecast, which is about at 90%. If they were meteorologists, unless they looked like Yannick Garcia, they'd be fired into the sun. The point I'm making is mock drafts are fun, but absolutely worthless. Remember Mike Mayock, who seemed oh so confident in his pre-draft analysis? The Raiders actually hired him as their GM. Yeah, that happened. He had no prior front office experience and did okay his first couple of drafts, taking Max Crosby and Hunter Renfrow. However, huge misses like Henry Ruggs, Damon Arnett, and Alex Leatherwood got him canned after just 3 seasons, finishing with a record of 25-24 as GM. That pretty much put an end to the concept of hiring TV analysts to do the big boy work in the NFL. Sorry, Brandon Perna, you will never be GM of the Broncos. But let's ask a very important question. Why are both us and experts so bad at analyzing and predicting NFL draft picks? The answer to that is coming up right after this. Thanks Bear Mattress for sponsoring. Head to bearmattress.com/5points and use code 5points to get 40% off your mattress plus 2 free pillows. I bet the draft has you losing sleep, especially if your team sucks. Though I can't do anything about that, I can tell you about Bear Mattress. Bear is a premium mattress designed to upgrade your sleep, improve your lifestyle and overall quality of life, and it's conveniently shipped to your door for free. What you do first is take the Bear Sleep Quiz. Everyone is different and has different sleep styles and positions. My results, I'm a side sleeper, so they put me in the Bear Original King Size Foam Mattress. The best part with Bear's sleep recovery technology, Celiant powered fabric helps me stay cool throughout the night and save on my electric bill, and electric bills are crazy these days. It was so easy to set up. I've had it for over a year now and I love sleeping on it. As a single guy, you'd think a king size is overkill, but trust me, you deserve it. All of Bear mattresses are also Green Guard Gold certified and CertaPure US certified, so you can sleep safely and soundly knowing there will be no harmful off-gassing and no fiberglass. Hey, they let you try it for 120 nights so you can make sure that you love it. I love my Bear mattress and I think you would too. If you're looking to upgrade your sleep, head to bearmattress.com/5points and use code 5points to get 40% off your Bear mattress plus 2 free pillows. This is higher than what's being offered on site, so check them out while you still can. Now back to the question, why are both us and experts so bad at analyzing and predicting NFL draft picks? This may sound obvious because we're outsiders. Let's take the 2024 NFL draft. Sitting at the number 8 overall pick, the Atlanta Falcons had a chance to address some serious issues with their defensive line and perhaps add a weapon for their freshly signed QB, Kirk Cousins, who just inked a deal for 4 years and $180 million. Instead, they shockingly took another QB, Michael Penix, out of UW.
What the fuck?
Everyone on Earth asked what in the fuck the Falcons were doing, myself and Tree included. However, the Dirty Birds knew something we didn't. Kirk Cousins' Achilles was cooked harder than double fried chicken wings, and they weren't reaching for a project, they were securing a backup plan. Not only that, but Cousins' mega contract had an insane amount of outs that will allow them to jettison him after 1 year relatively unscathed. He played a whopping total of 14 games for the Falcons and was benched for Penix.
I slammed my Penix in the car door.
And his legs are fresh and young, just how Bill Belichick likes them. The Falcons effectively hedged their bet on Cousins and made everyone look dumb in the process because we aren't in that medical tent, the training room, and just like the rest of the league until we see game film, we don't know shit. But what about the guys who do know shit? How do scouts consistently get it wrong when they have more data available to them than ever and are actually in those rooms? To understand that, let's look at the NFL's annual meat market, the NFL Combine. Players are subjected to a number of tests and drills so that scouts can fall in love with them, even though these exercisers are actually poor predictors of success. The 40-yard dash can be a life changer, as the fastest job interview in the world somehow carries a weight with scouts who begin salivating with times under 4.4. For running backs, the 40 greatly increases their draft stock, but it has very little correlation to actual NFL value or success. The drill that matters for RBs is the 3-cone drill, which according to this article by unexpectedpoints.com, most closely equates to production in the league. Bleacher Report says 3-cone is also best for edge rushers. Vertical leap, the best evaluator for wideouts and tight end. The broad jump for guard, center, and defensive tackle. And the shuttle run for linebackers. But the 40-yard dash has to be good for something, right? Besides being the sole scouting factor for the late Al Davis, the 40 is actually best for evaluating offensive tackles. Sure, other drills are going to give you a good idea, like coming out of the crouch position, but let's do a little correlation with causation and give you some OTs who crush their 40s, and you tell me if there's a pattern here or not. Lane Johnson, Nate Solder, Trent Williams, Teron Armstead, and Joe Thomas all had 40 times under 5 seconds, with Armstead leading the pack at a ridiculous 4.71. This man is 6'5" and weighs 304 pounds. Good Lord, Al Davis, keep it in your pants, buddy. What about quarterbacks? Subjectively, Bleacher Report says the interview is probably the biggest indicator of future success, or, passing drills. But one most all people get wrong is the effectiveness of the Wonderlic test, which stopped being used in 2022. Side note, the Wonderlic test was named after your mom. This 50-question, 12-minute test was designed to gauge an applicant's job potential, educational potential, and training potential, as it wasn't designed specifically for big men throw football. They used to give the test to all prospects, and it was implemented for over 50 years. However, they found little to no correlation with NFL success, because I don't see J. Robert Oppenheimer running a 4.4 40. Famous high scores include QB and Harvard grad Ryan Fitzpatrick at 48, DE Mike Mamulu at 49, and Jackson Heights' own Benjamin Watson at 48. The only perfect score ever in 50 years of the test, punter Pat McNally, and punters don't count, yo. Famous low scores include Vince Young at 6, QB Oscar Davenport at 6, who never played in the NFL, Ed Prather, who was an ineffective safety, who scored 5, and Darren Davis, who scored a 4. Before you jump to a conclusion like Giants fans off a cliff if the team signs Aaron Rodgers, know this. DB Morris Claiborne scored a 4 in 2012, but he had a learning disability. He played 8 productive seasons in the NFL and won a ring in 2019. Frank Gore scored a 6 on the Wonderlic, and you cannot tell me that man was not a genius on the football field, and currently sits 3rd all-time in NFL rushing yards after a 15-year career, which will land him in the Hall of Fame. But the NFL did not abandon mental testing, as they now implement what is called the S2 cognition test. Instead of asking you agonizing word problems, which is basically unpaid work, the S2 test is a 45-minute computer-based test that consists of 9 segments. The test measures a player's ability to track objects, make decisions, and filter through scenarios. It also blows my mind that elite DBs can track up to 10 objects when I have no idea where the fuck my keys are. Basically, this new test is like a video game that measures who would probably be an ice cold killer when society collapses, which I think is scheduled for next week. Amazingly, all this pre-draft analysis, evaluation, and scouting still doesn't really correlate to success after the draft. 37% of all draft picks are considered useless. 15.3% are poor. 16.7% don't even play for the team that drafted them. And 12.3%, basically 1 in 10, turn out to be good. And only 1% legendary. Only about 8% of draft picks make a difference beyond replacement, so for all that effort, the chance of a bust is still outrageously high. Sorry, both you and I and those experts statistically are usually dead wrong about a draft pick. Finally, the last thing everyone gets incorrect about the NFL draft is that the war room is somehow exciting. No, it's mind-numbingly boring. Dudes are Tinder swiping and buying shoes on Amazon Prime in there. Other than calling the pick and telling them they are about to become part of a 5-win team, nothing is really happening in the room besides a bunch of guys, you know, sitting around talking football, which does sound kind of fun. The drama of the movie Draft Day is laughable for a reason, because it isn't fucking like that. The fact that they made a whole movie over what amounts to office work is a miracle in and of itself. But for us at home, the draft is still compelling. Just be prepared to be very, very wrong about it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. That would really help me. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm, why these videos are not getting watched, but if you do all those 3 things, that will help. Appreciate it.